Hello and welcome to the JCPod. I'm your host, Jaden Chandler Parnell, and without further ado, we are going to get right into this thing. NFL draft, it's a week away now, man. Isn't that crazy? So in honor of that, this episode, we're probably just going to go over a little bit of draft talk. Usually we'll go over draft talk. We got a little bit of NBA action that last night. Some teams evened up some series. Other teams are still ahead 2-0 after the games on Wednesday as well, so we also got maybe even a little bit of baseball standings to go over. So it's going to be a very interesting day. Without further ado, like I said, hopping straight into it, we're going to go over the NFL draft first. I just want to say, just like you guys, I'm by no means any expert in this. This is just all my personal feelings and opinions. And hey, I'm by no means an expert or anything, like I said, but I'd say I'm pretty smart in the football world. So this is just like my thought process and everything. The more they come out with, the more, obviously, it's like smoke and mirrors and everything. Like, by no means, they could change last minute. I don't think teams fully know who they want yet either. I think the Panthers, however, basically, we'll just start by this. I think the Panthers basically fully committed to Bryce Young. It might sound shocking after dealing with the whole Baker experience and everything, but in a way, I feel like that Baker experience might have, also been a helpful out in a way. It might sound stupid, but I mean, they dealt with Baker's size and everything. I think this is a point not very many people are talking about either. Like, they already dealt with Baker's size. They're saying, like, oh, they won't want to do it again. But what about the reverse? What if they've already dealt with it, so they know what they want from it, and they enjoy what Bryce Young has to give them? Like, that's what I've been thinking about more and more. Like I said, they were dealing with the height and everything, and maybe they didn't like what Baker did, but maybe there were some aspects that they saw there. It was like, oh, yeah, it's not, too bad. And maybe at the time they didn't think much about it, but now when they're evaluating people, maybe they don't feel like C.J. Stroud is just ready enough. I don't think they take Will Levis or Anthony Richardson at number one. I don't think that's real. I don't think it's realistic. So it's pretty much between C.J. Stroud. I mean, maybe Will Anderson goes back at one, but I don't think the Panthers are going to take another defender. So maybe they were just through this whole draft process, they remembered the attributes they don't mind of a small quarterback, and maybe they had some issues that they thought that they didn't like, so when they interviewed him, maybe they asked him about those issues. And another big thing is the brain, man. They're saying that brain is massive, and he's really gets it and everything. And another thing too is this wasn't the best Alabama team that I think everyone's seen. It's being talked about some. I don't know how much truly, but this Alabama team was not that good this year. Apparently, Darren Orlovsky said this. I don't know how accurate this is because I haven't checked on it fully, but I would assume he's pretty correct. He was talking about how basically, out of every Alabama quarterback, and I think even recently, and especially I think almost said every quarterback in the college that season, Bryce Young was throwing the guys in his lap often, and apparently he's he can handle it and has no issues with it or anything. According to Dan Orlovsky, Bryce Young threw with a lot of guys in his pocket, and he was perfectly comfortable with it and had no issues at all. Obviously, he might have had an issue here and there, but I think it's this whole thing aside. Literally, if Bryce Young is maybe 6'1", 6'2", I think it's almost a no question he's a first. It's just a little bit of size thing that's been holding everyone back. But there's even some small rumors that Will Levis might sneak into one. I just don't think so, man. I think this is either Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud, and I mean, the book thinks Bryce Young is back at the favorite again. I mean, they could, in 2 days, C.J. Stroud could be the favorite again. But I just truly think that it's going to be, I think it's going to be Bryce Young, man. The more I've just thought about it, the more it just makes more sense. He's the best player in the draft. The Panthers, hopefully, are going to be able to protect him. And from the way it sounds, he can protect himself really well as well. He does a really good job of avoiding the super big hits, and yes, people are all scared about the whole Tua and everything. Some guys can handle hits better than other people. There's a story that just came out recently. I think it was either Pac-Man Jones or AJ Hawk said on the Pat McAfee show how about they watched Johnny Manziel get absolutely rocked on the blind. One of the defensive linemen was doing a retrace, and he absolutely killed Johnny Manziel, basically just completely leveled him, and then Johnny got up and it was fine for everything. Bryce Young could have the same ability. Yes, he might absorb a big hit here and there, but maybe he's just maybe it is a big hit, yes, but maybe he's able to land in the right, correct way that it was a huge hit and it sounded massive, but he just took it as a normal hit. There's so many aspects of that part of his game that people were saying that he's already ahead of. In the mental part, he's really doing good too. So I think he's going to end up going 1 at 2. This is the real struggle. I don't know if the Texans are going to take C.J. Stroud. The more and more I think about it, like they have D'Amico Ryans, and this is something very, very interesting. Like that just got floated to me yesterday after some podcasts. I thought about it a little bit more. Why not? Apparently Trey Lance is getting shopped. The 49ers are listening. Who says the Texans don't trade for Trey Lance? Like, D'Amico Ryan saw him last year. Maybe he likes him, so I'm to the point now where I think they might even take a defender at 2. I think Jalen Carter, Will Anderson is probably going to go at 2. And that opens up a huge, huge book for number 3 in C.J. Stroud. Now, what all I'm just saying right now could be complete bullshit, and they take C.J. Stroud at 2, and it all makes no sense. But I'm just saying, like, the more and more I think about it, the 49ers did sign Sam Darnold, so they aren't going to get rid of him. I think realistically, they're probably going to keep Purdy because they like what he did last year. Jimmy G is already up and gone, and they have Trey Lance. They aren't going to keep 3 quarterbacks, and the more you think about it, with the success the 49ers have had, they're one of the more teams you could see moving on from a quarterback. So when it comes to number 2, man, like the Texans could end up trading for Trey Lance. Like they could take a defender. Everyone's shocked. It makes no sense, and then we find out that they've been talking for Trey Lance, and that's why the report was leaked, was because that the Texans are already basically close to a deal. Maybe they could even be close to a deal right now. Like I have a feeling that the Texans have already talked to the 49ers like before this report was leaked. Like when they said multiple teams, I think the Texans have already reached out because it just makes too much sense. D'Amico Ryan's already played there. Trey Lance is a young guy. Like, yes, there might be a risk factor to it, but there's a small chance that like he literally could just come on by and be like, "Hey, I like Trey Lance. Let's draft a defender to help help boost the defense, and I'm gonna keep building that defense strong. And then, hey, let's go get Trey Lance and continue to work on the offense." Like, they don't. What's crazy is like people. The more and more I think about it, like it is true. They don't have to go a quarterback. Like, if they like somebody next year or they like a trade for somebody, maybe they like a veteran. Like, they don't have to go to a quarterback. They probably should, but if they go for Will Anderson, they should probably get the best player. Like, they shouldn't force their hand to draft a quarterback that they don't like, and then they're just stuck with it. And then 2 years. I'm not going to say they don't like Davis Mills, but look what happened to him. First year, they really liked what he did. Second year, he stepped back, and now they're looking for a quarterback again. I don't think they want to keep doing that for every 2 years, so I think that this is very interesting. Like, I'm to the point now where I think C.J. Stroud could drop to the Colts, and that's going to be the third part of this draft that I'm going to get to in a second. So for first pick, like I said, Bryce Young. Second pick, I'm torn between C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. The more and more I think about it, man, like, I truly think they might go a defender. But, man, I just don't know. There's a part of me that's like, there's no way they trade for Trey Lance. Like, they probably shouldn't do they probably don't, and they probably should get their quarterback, but I truly don't know. So, due to that fact, like, I'm not, as a Colts fan, I'm going to assume C.J. Stroud's going to go at 2 or 3, so I'm sitting there getting ready to deal with. They say Anthony Richardson could also go before C.J. Stroud, which would be crazy, but if he does, hey, I would be okay with C.J. Stroud, but I'm to the point now where I'm just going to be open-minded, I think. This is going to be, now we're to the point in the show where this is strictly the Colts fan and me talking. Man, bro, I'll be straight up with you. I think I'm going to buy a jersey next Thursday. I probably shouldn't, because this guy's probably not going to last too long. He probably couldn't, but I think I'm just going to give hope and optimism and believe. I'm trying to change my mindset around a little bit. I think it's time for, man, I just wish they could get Lamar, but I don't think they're going to get Lamar, so I'm to the point now where it's like, you know what? I got, you can't see it on my wall right now, but I'll go in the line. I got a Pierre Garçon jersey that's literally right to my left, basically, like just slightly to my left from my other monitor. Right under it, I got C.J. Mosley jersey right here, Joe Flacco right here, Jeff Saturday, Peyton Manning, T.Y. Hilton, DeForest Buckner, Calvin Johnson. I have one more tiny little spot in the corner. If not, I'd have to go under. I think we're going to have to get another Colts jersey, man. This time I think it's going to have to probably be a Will Levis jersey or an Anthony Richardson jersey. Like, I just truly think that's where the Colts are going to go. It just sucks. They played the veteran game one too many times, and now there's a truly, really good veteran out there, and they're just scared to get their hand bit. Man, I'm so torn, man. It kind of makes me almost nervous. We're a week away. A week from today, and like about 12 hours from now, we're going to know who the next quarterback is. So a week and 12 hours from now, We'll know the next quarterback is. I'll probably be coming on the Redbeard show Friday, either really ecstatic or it's going to be like a. I don't know what's going to happen, man, because the Colts are right there. I don't want to. They were 4th or 5th favorites last year because their defense is that good. Yes, they need a few more. They need a little bit more receiver help that I'm sure they will work on. The O-line needs to fix itself, obviously, from last year, but they were really, really good defense, and it's just very frustrating that the result last year is what we got, and beyond frustrating is the way to go. Like, as a fan, I truly like to ride with my teams, and I will talk myself into optimistically riding with them. Like, I bet on the Colts for 13 games last year. 13 games, and it took to the Vikings game where the Vikings game is where they broke me last year, and it's like, I can't bet on this team anymore. It's not worth it, and it's just like, man, bro, yeah, it was very deflating. So, like I said, I'm preparing for Will Levis. The kid has a great work ethic, it sounds. He has a lot of he had no talent basically around him in Kentucky and sucked, and he was hurt. But he had flashes being good, and it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm beyond nervous still. Like I said, I'm thinking that I'm just going to assume the Colts are going to go with Will Levis. That's my mindset. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the Colts are probably going to get Will Levis round 3. And you're going to see, I don't even know what number he's going to wear, 7, I guess. Like, you'll see a 7 Levis up here or something. I don't know. I will appear the second that Levis jersey comes in. The first I get probably Tuesday episode. I might even do a Thursday episode. It comes on. I'll probably be wearing the jersey in support of whoever it is. Like I said, I'm going to get one whoever it is. Even if it's Hendon Hooker, which I would also really like him, but I don't think he's going to go at 4. That's way too early. But I like what he has to bring to the table. I'm just, man, bro. I wish I could just express, like, in fanhood how it just hurts, man. And we're getting off the rails a little bit with Colts talk, but hey, my show, man. No, but it has to do with the draft a little bit. So, and we're the 4th overall pick, so I have some meaning to talk about him a little bit. But man, bro, I went from Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck. You know what? I think it's a good time to tell this story. I'll probably tell it again multiple times because this is one of my favorite stories of all time. Like, this is, like, seriously one of the, like, funniest yet most painful all-time moments in the history of, like, my life, I swear. It's just funny. So it was I believe it was a Saturday or something. We had just got done. It was my sophomore year of football. So going into sophomore year, it was, I'll assume it's, I think it's 2019 is year retired, but I was going into sophomore year of football. We just got done with a little scrimmage and everything. Our Saturday scrimmage so we just got done with camp and everything. Just finished camp, got done with our Saturday scrimmage, and we were gonna have a little house party to celebrate us finally going into the season. So we go celebrate at a friend's house responsibly, of course, and we're all just having fun and everything. And it was a really, really great time. Safe to say, my night ended a little early. Went a little too hard in the morning. It was like 6 o'clock, and it's like, hey, I am done, so bro. Go back to the dorms and everything. It was, like I said, really awesome party, awesome with the boys and everything. Go back to the dorm, fall asleep. It's about 12 a.m. now, by the way. My fantasy teams were already drafted and everything. All this we'll get reading in a second. It's about 12 a.m. And I just had the time of my life. That was a really awesome day, awesome time with the boys and everything. Really funny moments. I still have videos on my phone that I laugh about to this day about that party. And wait. I'm like, it's 12 a.m. I'm like, wait. Andrew Luck is retired as quarterback. As a Colts quarterback. I tell you what, I just got chills about it now thinking about that moment. I'm telling you, it was, you want to talk about sobering up in a minute. I'm just like, wait. Because I just joined I joined my $25 fantasy league I run. I was in a $50 fantasy league for the first time, and I had Andrew Luck in both those leagues. I'm like, wait. So literally, we were having the time of my life to party with my boys and everything, having a great, awesome time to... Literally 6 hours later, my quarterback retired for my team and for my fantasy teams, and the Colts have been in the headspin ever since. So like I said, that was a really monumentous day. I don't think I'll ever forget that day, because I literally just woke up. It's like, wait, what? And I was just so, and everyone around me is like, no way, it's actually happening. I'm like, yeah, bro, it's just, man, bro. So just leading to that, and then you've seen all the quarterbacks we've had since. It's just, man, bro. I'm really hoping this is a year where we can get somebody decent, and it just scares me that I don't know who it's going to be, and it's the NFL. It's really, really hard. Not everybody's going to make it. There's a good chance this quarterback we get fucking stinks, and we have to get another one next year. I mean, there's a good chance, or there's another good chance, like they say Will Levis has a great work ethic. maybe he becomes the next Josh Allen, or even better than Josh Allen, and becomes the next Patrick Mahomes. Like, there's anything can happen, man. So it just makes me beyond nervous with the Colts situation because there's a small chance, like I said. I think Bryce Young is by far going to go number one. I don't think anybody can pass him at this point. I think rumors will get floated out there and all that. Like, there are questions about the talent that since C.J. Stroud had amazing talent in the schedule and everything. So there are some questions about that. And then they look at Bryce Young and he had it. I'm not going to say perfect for him because he had it far from perfect. It was probably one of the worst Alabama situations a quarterback's been in. And they look at it, it's like, oh, he wasn't successful. He won the championship. But he played pretty hard. And he played pretty well for what he was given for that being one of the weaker Alabama teams. And then there's going to be, by the way, as a Colts fan, I just want to share this. JT has contract talks this year, so that makes me very, very nervous. So, all right, we're going to step into the NBA real quick. Before we do, big news in MLB I have to share. The A's purchased a new land for a stadium in Las Vegas that's kind of a retractable roof, planned for 2027. So, man, that's going to be – it sucks to see kind of because the Coliseum's such an iconic stadium in Oakland, but the managers and everything are basically – or not managers, sorry, like the general managers and all the high-ups are basically just punting on the team and saying, we don't want to be in Oakland anymore. Let's go to Las Vegas. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens from that. It's going to be very loud, I think, from everything. But, I mean, it's just they literally had possums in their dugout. Like, not the dugout, sorry. They had possums in the booth. And they had to tell the broadcasting team, like, hey, you can't be in this booth. There's some possums in here. Just dumb, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. So yeah, basically that's what I'm going to do for the NFL draft, like I said. So basically how I see it going, I think it's going to be Bryce Young 1. I'm kind of tempted to take I think Will Anderson's probably going to go 2. Because I think the Texans might try to trade for Trey Lance, but if they don't, then I think there's a good chance CJ Stroud goes 2. So for my Colts, that means probably going to get Will Levis. And the more I come around to it, it's like, hey, let's see what the kid's got, I guess. And tonight, in the Association of National Basketball, we got the 76ers taking on the Nets. 76ers looking up to go 3-0 in the series, which they probably will. I hate to say it. Kings are playing the Warriors. Warriors are favored by 6. I'm probably going to be on the Kings plus the points easily. They have a chance to sweep, man. The Warriors have not been playing too well. And then the Clippers and Suns have some action. 1-1 series. This is going to be a dogfight of a series. I'm really interested to just watch that one. I don't know if I could take anybody. Last night, though, Grizzlies win by 10 to make the series 1-1. Bucks blow out the Heat by like 30, but the Heat make it. It's 122 to 138. Heat were losing by, it was like 73 to 108 at one point. Like, this game was not close. Bucks basically gave up. And then the Nuggets, they won 122 to 113. They covered, so they're up 2-0. That series probably going to be a sweep. Like, the Nuggets probably going to beat that ass. And then the day, we talked about Tuesday's game, so yeah, that's what all happened Wednesday. So yeah, basically now Nuggets are up 2-0. Kings are up 2-0. Nets, 76ers are up 2-0. And then every other series is 1-1. Getting ready to battle, so very, very fun times in the association right now. Playoff action is always great. It's a different sport in the regular season. Excuse me. It's a different sport in the regular season now. So to actually see some playoff action, the playoff games aren't too bad. I actually enjoy watching one from here to there. But now to talk about baseball. Personally, side note, awesome betting night in baseball the last 2 or 3 days. I've been loving it. It's actually been making me keep up with the sport. And I'll admit, with pitch clock wise, the games actually have a decent pace now. The pitchers, it does suck for the pitchers because the pitchers can get absolutely rolled when they're pitching and they can't get a stop. But for the most part, I mean, I enjoy the rules. I'm enjoying the pace of the game. I'm actually enjoying, the other night. It was a 3-hour Yankee game yesterday, and it actually I'll admit, that one did feel a little long, but I mean, that 3-hour game would have been 4 or 5 in the old rules, but the pace actually, kept up decent. It was a decently high-scoring game, and they kept it good. But yeah, for standings for the MLB, the Rays finally took some losses, but they're in first at 16-3. Orioles are 11-7, tied with the Yankees. And fourth is the Blue Jays at 11-8, and then fifth is the Red Sox 9-10 for the AL East. For the AL Central, the Twins are in first The Twins are in first. They have a record of 11-7. The Guardians have a record of 10-9 in second. For the AL Central, by the way, Tigers are 7-10 for third. White Sox are 7-12 for fourth, and the Royals are 4-15. For fifth. In AL West, we'll start with the bottom. Athletics are getting a new stadium, 3-16. Yeesh. Then the Rangers are in first with the record of 12-6. Angels are 9-9 at second. Astros 9-10 in third. Mariners 8-11 in fourth. Astros have been struggling a little bit, by the way. That's a very interesting situation. For the NL East, Braves first, 14-5. Second are the Mets at 12-7. Third are the Marlins at 10-9. Fourth are the Phillies at 8-11, and then the Nationals are 5-13. That's another butt cheeks team. For the NL Central, Brewers are in first at 14-5. The Cubs are in second, 11-6. Third are the Pirates at 12-7. Fourth are the Cardinals, 8-11. Finally making up some ground a little bit. And then the Reds are 7-11. For the NL West, then to finish it off, we got the Diamondbacks in first at 11-8. Dodgers second, 9-10. Padres, second. The Fathers are third at 9-11. The Giants are fourth at 6-11, and the Rockies, 5-14. That's probably where I'm gonna end it for today. This is probably where we're gonna end it today. I'm gonna have to make this outro quick. We got stuff going on around our house again, so it's gonna start getting loud here soon. So I apologize for that in the outro. But thanks everyone again for watching. Tomorrow I appear on Captain by a Hook with the Red Beard. So tomorrow I'll be appearing on Captain by a Hook with the Red Beard. So if you want to see me then, appreciate it. If not, I will see you next Tuesday per usual. And the next Thursday is going to be a big episode. It's going to be draft week next week, man. Sports are flying, man. This time is flying too. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see everybody next week.